What is up, guys? Menace Performance back again with another video. Sorry for the delay in uploads. A couple reasons with that. One of the reasons was this that I'll get into in a second, but the other reason was I got a new car, 2010 E550, pretty fire. I had a 99 C230 compressor before, and that thing served its perfect purpose and its life for me, and it was time to let it go. So got that AMG, or not the AMG, it has the AMG package and it's fully optioned, but by no means is it an AMG. So it was a really good deal, and I had to jump on it and get me a more reliable daily. So I ended up getting that, and turn my gas off real quick. And then, yeah, so that was one of the reasons I've been gone, because obviously money doesn't grow on trees. So I had to have to pay for that somehow. So yeah, enough yapping about this. Let's get into the manifold. If you're already typing in the comments about, oh, these welds are dog shit, blah blah blah, I get it. Yes, I know, I can see this. I was the one who welded it. I know they're not good. They're okay in some parts. Some parts are not bad by any means. Others are atrocious. This thing has been a mess. I have high expectations for myself. It has not been turning out like I wanted, and that's kind of one of the main reasons why I haven't been posting. Is just, this is a little embarrassing for someone who wants to eventually sell something like this, and then to come on and post this. It's just kind of hard to do that. But I need to be open and honest about what I'm doing and my progress and process and how I'm working. So that's what I'm doing. This is nothing to blame but me. I've only been welding for 3 months and have a couple of cheap welders, but the welders aren't to blame. It is only to me and simply my prep work on this. The prep work was not there. I did not take the time to prep this. I have a couple people that I might call my welding mentors that I ask plenty of questions and whatnot, and I always take pictures and videos as I'm working and whatnot, and I was sending them to them and whatnot, and they all basically both commented on my prep work and how the fitment of it was not there, and they basically said, I'm not sure how you're gonna weld that with a consistent uniform bead. They were absolutely right. There's plenty of times where I was blowing through, as you can see there. It got pretty hot right there too, and I just had to stack the filler down. Same within there. Also on this one, it just was not the cleanest. Maybe you can see in there. I just did not clean it that well. So yeah, this is nothing but my fault. And obviously this is a big learning, holy voice crack. Big learning experience for me. So this is my first turbo manifold I'm ever building, and so yeah, I got a lot to take away from this. I honestly thought about scrapping this at one point. It's not that it's not going to work. This is back purged and everything, and they're solid. I have good penetration. It just doesn't physically, appearance wise look good. And the welds, aren't really that good, whether I have good penetration or not. So this isn't something that I would obviously never sell. This, I would have to get, a lot better. I have a lot of work to do and welding to do when it comes in terms of making a manifold and producing one that's actually worthy of receiving money for, and aka selling one. So yeah, I got a lot to work to do, but with that, it's only in due time. As the more I weld, the better I'll get. So I'm also looking into getting a AC/DC welder, which will help me tremendously as well with the settings as well, and dialing that in rather than these little cheap ones. And yeah, that's pretty much it with that. So I am going to keep going with this. This is not going to get scrapped. This is going to be used and put on the car, because I do need to get this shit done. But anyways, that's pretty much it for that. I do plan on making a new manifold design just because these are restrictive as hell, and I don't really, this log style manifold is pretty dated, so not that I might not use these if someone wants like a really cheap budget manifold for some different style other than the log. Maybe one that wraps up here. I've seen that before. That wouldn't be too hard to make, but nonetheless, these, you're flowing like 3 of the same size ports into the one like same size port, and it's just not conducive to good flow. These are very restrictive in my opinion, and so I just feel that it's best to use a flange like this. This is the Vargas turbo flange, and yeah, that's what I'm going to be using. And my manifold, I plan to hopefully have it fit all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive kits, and also utilize the stock water pipe. That is a big goal of mine on that. So yeah, that should hopefully be coming soon in the next video. Hopefully I'll be starting that. But yeah, nonetheless, that's pretty much it and where I've been at. So I'm going to try and set up the camera and get some welding shots for you guys here, so you guys can see me at least weld this part up here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get into the welding. All right, we're back in it, but it's been like 3 days because this has been a fucking mess like previously stated. I've been trying to weld this, like this thing has been cut and welded like 5-6 times. I've been using this as like a reference to try and weld up off the car and then fit it up to the car. And I had it good at one point, actually my first try, and I cannot get it again now to save my fucking life. It's just a little off every time, because obviously you'll have that other one sitting here, and that was the tack to try and hold them together straight, because if you have a flange like this that is one piece, you will have no problem slipping it on. Hence me trying to make it more of a one-piece thing to ease the install process. That has not been the case, as there's 16 studs going into 16 different holes, and I'm trying to eyeball that. That's fucking stupid now that I'm thinking about it, trying to do it off the car. Maybe if I had more experience and have done this a million times, you know, I could possibly do that. But right now, I do not have that skill set to get that done. And yeah, so I really just do need like a head assembly so I can just weld right off of that and don't have to worry about doing anything on the car, so I don't have to damage any components or work around a bunch of shit. So yeah, every time basically it's just a little like cockeyed up or down or in too much or out too much or whatever the case is. It's just barely, one side will slip on just fine and then the other side will be kind of cockeyed like this or so and doesn't want to go. And so yeah, I need to just accept defeat on the off car because I'm just wasting time with it. And so I have the other side bolted up right here, and you obviously already know what that kind of looks like. You can see there. So I just have to do like kind of a pie cut here, and I think that should be sufficient enough to weld up a straight pipe after to the flange right around here. And then I have the turbo there obviously to fit up. And I also have a exhaust like hood dump tube that I welded up a while ago that I was just messing around with. And so I can use that for kind of fitment to see how, like where it needs to be, if I need to have it higher, out more, if I need to make it bigger, whatever the case is. So yeah, for right now, I'm just gonna weld that up to there and do that, because for that one, since it's in the back, you can see this is not an ideal position to be welding in, whether you're coming in from here, there, underneath, none of this, it's not good. So I'm having a buddy come over and he's gonna help me hold that stuff together. Obviously, you know, we're gonna have this bolted up, but holding that pipe together so I can focus on just making sure my welds are good, just because the fitment, like previously stated, has been the main issue on this build. And so with that, I can focus on making sure the welds are good, while he just focuses on making sure the piping is flush. And then I don't have to worry about, going back and forth again with any more bullshit on, getting it tacked up, getting it, fitted up, and then, oh, it doesn't fit. So we're just trying to eliminate all of that here now and just get this moving along, because this has just been painstakingly slow of a process for what all of this really is. And so I'm going to get this welded up to here and fitted up like that. And then tomorrow we'll have the rest of that to weld up. And I will most likely be filming that as well, but definitely this. So I'm going to get like a little pie cut or something cut out to fit up and see if that's going to be good enough to just weld a pipe up to the flange after that. So let's get into it. All right. It has been about 2.5 hours and I am finally satisfied with the fitment of the pipe up to the turbo flange. Has not been easy. This pipe probably started like right here in terms of size, so like 1.5 inches or 2 longer, and I had to just keep kind of cutting it and angling it back and forth to get the right angle. And then I finally got the right angle coming this way, like angled out that way, that I like, but it was forward too much, so it was kind of sticking more straight like this, and it was just the charge pipe would not have space to come down into there, and then the turbo was sitting like right up here, and you know, you wouldn't be able to really get like a turbo guard or a filter on it. And I kind of want to run a little stubby cone filter, so you know, even if that worked out, the charge pipe just was way too forward. So I ended up, because this kind of got cut too short and the turbo was sitting too low too, even if I wanted to like cut it again and just angle it a little better, it was already too short to where the turbo was going to sit too low and touch the valve cover, even if I did have the right angle on it. So I just didn't want to have that so close to the valve cover. Especially with shrinkage, when you weld it, everything shrinks a little bit. So if you're like right there, basically touching the valve cover, you know, when everything welds up, you may be right on the valve cover. So not something I really wanted to deal with. So I had to cut out, see if you can see it. Oh yeah, little pie cut. And I've just been using packing tape actually to kind of tack everything up and fit it up. So I got that pie cut out, and then that kind of pulled everything back more towards here. I know it looks kind of like, damn, that's really close to the strut tower. I already fit it up. It's not going to be a problem. Yeah, so when I fit it up, I have plenty of space to get a filter on, like the style I want to run. And then same with the hood dump. No problem fitting into this kind of valley between the valve cover and the strut tower. And then also going straight down to the hot side charge pipe to the intercooler. Should have no problem fitting right down into there. Clown me if you want, but this is the apparatus I use to fucking like mock it up. Jesus Christ. All right, we'll just set it down. Okay. So I have this flange up on here. It's zip tied because I didn't realize that this was threaded, but it's also a plus, so I don't have to put a nut on the bottom of it. Saves space and just makes life easier. So I had to zip tie it up because I don't have any M10 hardware right now. I'm out, so didn't want to keep making trips back and forth to the store. So I just said, screw it, gonna zip tie it. Same here. I guess I ordered the wrong size flange. I read it wrong, and I got a 2.5 instead of a 3-inch. My mistake. And then I have no clue where my fucking 3-inch V-band went, so I got this taped up like that. This thing is ghetto as hell, but it's gonna work. So yeah, the only thing I don't like about this is this turbo. I definitely should have, I mean, yeah, it's a cheap ass turbo. It's like $100, but so you get what you pay for. But so I do have to use this flange, like adapter to a V-band, and it extends it like a solid, I don't even know, like 2 inches or so. And so that's kind of a lot of space that it takes up, and it just kind of looks a little goofy too. So I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it is what it is, and it'll work. So yeah, that's pretty much that. I just wanted to show that got that fitment set up good and to a point where we can confidently pull it off and go weld it, and hopefully it'll still be all good when we put it all back up to the car and bolt it all up. So I just need to score this up or mark it up so when I bring it back over to the welding table, I can make sure that everything is still going to fit correctly when welded up and put back onto the car. So I'm going to do that right now, and then we're going to go back to the welding table, and I will try and get some arc shots for you guys. It might be a little tricky because I've been experimenting with kind of a little mini tripod setup, trying to get some shots. It's a little hard just with my positioning and how I'm set up over here, but I will try my best to get some arc shots for you guys and whatnot. So yeah. Let's get this off the car and marked off, and then get it off the car, and then we'll get it over the table and start welding. Alright, so a bunch of stuff or video I thought I was filming was not filming because my iPhone storage got full and it cut it off at like 3 minutes, unfortunately. So yeah, but I ran out of gas anyways, as you can see, not even moving. So yeah, I'll be getting more gas tomorrow morning though. They open at like 8 o'clock, so I'll be getting that right away, and my homie will be coming over to help me finish up the rest of the manifold so he can help mock it up on the car so we don't have any more fitment problems, because that has been my op for real this entire fucking time, fitment. But yeah, so now I capitalized on my mistakes before and learned from them, and yeah, got good fitment on this, and as you can see, it turned out a hell of a lot better than before. I'm a lot happier with it. Of course, there's a bunch of stuff I can still work on. The width of the bead, the amount of fillers stacked per section, and the length of the beads, just the uniformity of the welds overall. We can say that, keep it simple. But yeah, a lot happier with how this turned out compared to something like that, which was very gross, as I showed before. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with how this is turning out. Hopefully, or at least this part, hopefully this can take a turn for the better, and the flange and all this can turn out a lot better than this stuff. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. I'll take that. That's some of my better welds I've had. So yeah, with that being said, since I'm out of gas, and that's pretty much all I can do for tomorrow until I get gas to my homie here tomorrow, that's gonna be it, I guess. So thank you for watching this long ass video. I really appreciate it. Sorry for the delay in uploads, but life's just been kicking my ass lately, so we're gonna get there though. Almost done. Tomorrow will hopefully be the day. So thank you again for watching. You guys have an amazing week. Menace Performance. Peace.